What's going on, guys? I'm Zach from the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today we're going to be talking about terastalization, which is, of course, the gimmick of the Gen 9 games, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, out next week. And, there's a gimmick every new gen, Megas, Z-Moves, Dynamax, or Gigantamaxing, and now we have terastalization. There's been a lot of confusion surrounding this, frankly, because, to be straight with you, this was very poorly explained by the Pokemon Company, so we're going to clear up exactly how it works. So, every Pokemon has a Tera type. Now, this is different from its regular type, so we're going to use Quaxly as an example throughout this video. So, I have a Quaxly, and he is a water type, but he has a Tera type as well. Let's say this Tera type is water. Whenever I terastalize Quaxly, he will become that Tera type, so he will become a water type. Now, what this means is that, yes, Quaxly's type will change to water, but not only that, but Quaxly will pick up an additional attack boost for its water type moves. Now, every Pokemon has something called Stab, same type attack bonus. This is when a Pokemon's attacks that are of the same type of it are stronger. So like with Charizard, fire and flying moves get a little bit of a boost because Charizard is a fire flying type. Now, terastalization changes your type to something, but it does not remove that original stab. It just adds a new stab. So in this case, Quaxly changing into a water type means it's adding a stab boost on top of Quaxly's stab boost. So basically, Quaxly gets double stab in water. Now, another scenario, let's say my Quaxly has a ghost Tera type. When I terastalize Quaxly, he will become a ghost type. He will still have his stab in water type, but he will now also have stab in ghost type. Not only this, but it also means that Quaxly will defensively become a ghost type. So, since it is changing its typing defensively, it does not have the water weaknesses anymore. It has whatever the weaknesses of the type it's changing into are. So, in this case, Quaxly's changing into a ghost type, so it is now weak to dark and ghost. And it also is immune to normal and fighting. It acts like a ghost type defensively, and it acts like a ghost type offensively in terms of getting that stab, but still keeping that original stab. Now, there has been some confusion as well as to what Pokemon can Tera into what type, because we've seen in the trailers that Quaxly has constantly been shown with the water Tera type, Fuecoco with the fire one, Sprigatito with the grass one, and it does seem that normally a Pokemon's Tera type will be one of its original typings. So if I go out and catch a Jigglypuff, chances are it's going to have either a normal Tera type or a fairy Tera type. However, sometimes you will find Pokemon in the overworld that are kind of glowing, they have this aura about them, and when you battle them, they will have a special Tera type. So like we see that a Jigglypuff has a water Tera type when it was found all glowing in the wild. So it's a special type. Not only this, but you can also access special types via raids. So I can do a raid for a Chansey, and where Chansey normally in the wild will be found with a normal Tera type, perhaps I can find one with a Dragon or a Psychic Tera type, right? And they have outright stated that every single Pokemon will be available with every single Tera type. Now, the fact that they said this when there's Quaxly, Sprigatito, and Fuecoco means that it's very, very likely that there's going to be some sort of item that allows you to change your Pokemon's Tera type. So think about how there was Max Soup in Galar that allowed me to take my Inteleon that could only Dynamax and allow it to get the Gigantamax factor, meaning that now my Inteleon could Gigantamax. There will probably be some kind of item that I can use on my Quaxly to change his water Tera type to a ghost Tera type, or fire, or grass, whatever you want to do. Now, there is a move called Tera Blast, and this move has 80 base power, so, it's a pretty solid move. It's not overpowered, but it's good, it's actually better than Hidden Power was. And Tera Blast is a TM, so you'll be able to get it. Any Pokemon's going to be able to learn it, except for probably gimmicky ones like Ditto, who can only learn Transform, or Unknown, who can only learn Hidden Power. But any Pokemon can learn this Tera Blast other than those gimmicky ones. And what it'll do is it will be a normal type move unless your Pokemon's terastalized. When your Pokemon's terastalized, it will change into the type of whatever your Pokemon has been terastalized as. So again, scenario, I have a water type Quaxly. My Tera Blast is a normal type move. Now I Tera my Quaxly into a water type. Tera Blast is now a water type move. Or I Tera my Quaxly into a ghost type. Tera Blast is now a ghost type move. Now, the item will very likely change your Pokemon's, the one that I mentioned that can change its Tera type. This will very likely be something you have to do outside battle. So it won't be like you can have them hold an item that allows you to pick your Tera type mid-battle. No, whenever you go into a battle, whatever your Pokemon's Tera types are what they're going to be. So it'll be something that'll change it outside of battle. Again, like the Max Soup in that regard. But it will be able to go back and switch back and forth. Again, this is kind of speculative, but I also kind of feel it's obvious. I mean, at least we would get an item like this in DLC. I mean, it would just be wild if we did it, to be honest. So, another thing about the Terastal gimmick is that this gimmick can only be activated once in battle. So, that means that if I'm in a battle against somebody and I terastalize my Quaxly, later my Quaxly is defeated and I send out a Talonflame, I'm not going to be able to terastalize my Talonflame. I already used that up. So that's not too hard of a concept to grasp because that's very similar to Dynamax, Mega Evolution, and Z-Move. You can only use it once per battle. Now, there is kind of some question with, say, for example, Mega Evolution. If I Mega Evolve my Lucario and I switch him out, later when I throw him back out, he will still be a Mega Lucario. Dynamax, it lasted 3 turns. So if I Dynamax my Lucario, he's going to be a Dynamax Lucario for 3 turns. Or if I switch him out before those 3 turns are up, the Dynamax is up too. When I send him back out, he's a regular Lucario. So we don't really know how terastalization will work. It won't be like a limited number of turns, but we don't know if I can switch out my terastalized Quaxly and throw him back out later and him still be terastalized, or if that would waste the terastalization switching him out. We still do not know that yet, to my knowledge. But, you know, we've got a week until we find out, right? Now, so the really neat thing about terastalization is that you're going to be able to use this offensively in multiple ways. You know, I can terastalize my Quaxly to boost his own stab, make him water type, so that water type stab is even more powerful. Or I can terastalize him into another type. Maybe he has the move, I don't know, maybe his evolution gets Brave Bird because he's a bird, but let's say it's not flying type. Then terastalizing him into a flying type allows him to take advantage of one of his more powerful moves and give him a stab for that. Or I can use it defensively. Quaxly is weak to grass and electric, so I could terastalize him into a dragon type so that he resists both of those things that he's weak to. So it's really neat how you can use this offensively in multiple ways, and even defensively in a way. I'm super excited about this gimmick. I know that the looks kind of took some adjusting to. I love the kind of stained glass effect on them. Not too crazy about the hats, but I don't hate them. Be sure to let me know what you think of this gimmick. Are you excited for it? And also, just let me know your favorite gimmick in the comments below. I do love Mega Evolution. Those are just such cool designs, but I'm very excited for terastalization. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you stay up to date on all of our future Pokemon videos, because God knows we're going to be doing this for a while. And until next time, I'll see all of you later.